and heartwarming origin story for Buzz Lightyear is a clever expansion of Pixar's beloved Toy Story franchise, packed with fun moments, warm sentiment, and downright gorgeous animation. Lightyear is a clever expansion of Pixar's beloved Toy Story franchise, packed with fun moments, warm sentiment, and downright gorgeous animation. A prequel story, of sorts, Lightyear introduces audiences to the original Buzz Lightyear, a character who feels both familiar and fresh at the same time. While fans might have worried that Lightyear would in some way undermine Tim Allen's clueless Space Ranger, Buzz the movie character doesn't feel at odds with Buzz the toy. The film actually manages to reflect shared insecurities and arrogance in a way that makes both variations of the hero more nuanced and rich as a result. While it's certainly not the studio's most original film, it's an impressive and well-executed evolution of Toy Story as a storytelling platform. A simultaneous franchise spin-off and in-universe prequel to the Toy Story franchise, Lightyear is the origin story of animated astronaut Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Chris Evans, the movie hero on which Andy Davies' Space Ranger action figure was based. The new film sees pilot Lightyear attempt a brazen escape from man-eating plants on a dangerous plant, only to strand a ship full of colonists as well as his crew robotic cat socks, Peter Sohn, Commander Alicia Hawthorne, Yuzo Aduba, and Diaz, Efren Ramirez, far from Earth. Punishing himself for his failure, Lightyear hatches a rescue plan that, in the process, attracts the hero's future nemesis, the ruthless and powerful Emperor Zurg, James Brolin. To save his people from annihilation, find a safe way home, and defeat Zurg, Lightyear must confront his past and seek help from a rogue group of aspiring space rangers, voiced by Keke Palmer, Taika Waititi, and Dale Soules. Following the Toy Story franchise's $3 billion-plus box office run, and not one, but two satisfying endpoints for the series, Pixar has developed a shrewd loophole that expands the Toy Story universe and merchandise machine, without undermining the already finished story of Andy's beloved toys. Lightyear is directed by Angus MacLane, Finding Dory co-director, who takes on the ambitious task of developing a movie so exciting, so heartwarming, and so cool that it would turn Buzz Lightyear into the most sought-after toy of 1995. To that end, MacLane succeeds, forging a Buzz that both honors what came before and feels in sync with the toy's worldview and nuance, all while simultaneously opening the hero up to an infinity of new adventures and self-discovery. Chris Evans walks a delicate line with his take on Buzz, and the character is everything he needs to be, a likable hero, bursting with bravery, loyalty, self-confidence, and charm. Evans draws from, but doesn't lean on, Allen's iteration of the Space Ranger. The film is packed with connective tissue that informs what Toy Story Buzz would come to say and do later on. But with a thoughtful performance from Evans, each reference is laced with heart and provides value to Lightyear's narrative, not to mention crowd-pleasing fun. These are not hollow Easter eggs or one-liners that steal attention or overstay their welcome. Lightyear's story moves fast, leaving nothing extraneous to slow it down. In fact, moviegoers may leave the theater wishing MacLane had padded the film with another 10 minutes in runtime to allow for a bit more world building. The first act leans on a montage to establish Buzz's numerous attempts at correcting the mistake that left his people stranded, and the third act rattles off a lot of exposition and scientific mumbo-jumbo that many viewers may struggle to fully understand, especially since Lightyear isn't all that preoccupied with connecting every dot. It is only in the second act that MacLane pauses long enough to flesh out the film's supporting cast beyond thin caricature. Buzz's rookie Space Ranger friends are mostly comedic relief, each defined by a single flaw or fear they're on track to overcome by the end of the movie. They're all entertaining foils for Lightyear, yet, compared to other Pixar characters, they're on the forgettable side. Socks is the one exception, as the robotic feline companion is packed with surprises, literally, and steals every scene in which he's featured. Veteran sci-fi fans, and new viewers alike, will appreciate Lightyear's animation style, which stops short of trying to be the most realistic-looking Pixar film to date. Instead, it draws visual aesthetics from 1970s science fiction films, comics, and TV where, although space is dark and grungy, the universe is filled with mysterious creatures and unearthly discoveries. MacLane balances that juxtaposition well, producing an experience that portrays blinding optimism one moment and oppressive darkness the next. Note, Lightyear is playing as an IMAX experience, and for moviegoers who are interested in a premium ticket, the cost of an IMAX admission may not be essential, but is worth the price. Especially considering that Buzz's origin story is the first animated movie in history to take advantage of IMAX's 1.43:1 ratio for select scenes. While it has shortcomings, most notably that Lightyear relies on its iconic main hero, and the foreknowledge that fans have of him, rather than a unique and inventive narrative packed with memorable supporting characters, McLean's origin for Buzz is a welcome addition to Toy Story universe canon. It's a good way for Disney to utilize its beloved toy heroes, without undermining the well-received endings to Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4. And should it prove successful, which it will, it'll be interesting to see if Lightyear leads to other in-universe origin films for Andy's numerous toys, such as a CG animated western for Woody. As it is, Lightyear is a clever film, one that is sure to please young moviegoers and veteran Toy Story series fans alike. Lightyear suggests Toy Story will break a massive box office record. Toy Story already stands as one of the most successful franchises of all time, but Lightyear can help it break a massive box office record. Lightyear's predicted success in theaters hints that Toy Story will break a massive box office record for animated movie franchises. As far as animated movie franchises go, Toy Story is not only one of the oldest and highest acclaimed, but also one that continues to bring in an incredible amount of money at the box office. Among its many other accomplishments, Toy Story 1995 was the very first Pixar-Disney collaboration in full-feature movie that was entirely computer animated, managing to launch an incredibly popular trend in filmmaking that will continue far past the franchise's upcoming installment, Lightyear. Close. While Toy Story's main storyline ended after the successful 2019 movie Toy Story 4, the franchise is still expanding with standalone movies like Lightyear. Although Lightyear won't have the benefit of Andy's group of toys as a familiar basis, the 2022 movie is the Toy Story franchise's very first full-feature origin story venture, with the iconic character Buzz Lightyear being explored in his sci-fi glory. Even without Tom Hanks' Woody and Tim Allen's Buzz, Lightyear's appeal is expected to make it a massive hit at the 2022 box office, which can help launch Toy Story as the biggest animated movie series in history. Toy Story now stands as the fourth highest-grossing animated film franchise of all time, falling behind only Ice Age, Shrek, and Despicable Me. As the number of audience members willing to return to theaters grows, the prospects for Lightyear's financial success at the peak summer 2022 box office increases as well, which can finally revive the popularity of animated movies in cinemas. While recent animated movies like Encanto, Sing 2, and The Bad Guys haven't reflected the box office numbers of pre-pandemic hits like Frozen 2 or The Incredibles 2, Disney seems to be confident in the strength of Lightyear, especially since it's one of the studio's only new animated movies to not debut on Disney+. With Lightyear predicted as one of the highest-grossing films of 2022, Toy Story is on the path to overtaking Despicable Me as the biggest animated franchise in history. The Toy Story franchise's box office success explained. Since 1995, Toy Story has never failed to sell tickets at the box office. Toy Story's first movie surpassed expectations and brought in $373 million, becoming the second highest-grossing movie of 1995 and, at the time, the third highest-grossing animated movie ever after The Lion King, 1994, and Aladdin, 1992. Toy Story 2 was released in 1999 as an even bigger hit, earning $497.4 million at the box office against a budget of $90 million. When Toy Story 3 arrived in 2010, the sequel doubled its predecessor's earnings and became the highest-grossing animated movie ever, earning $1.067 billion. Not only was it a commercial success, but Toy Story 3 then became the third animated movie to be nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, thus cementing the franchise as one of the greatest of all time. The main storyline for the series came to an end in 2019's Toy Story 4, which impressively earned even more than its predecessor with a $1.073 billion box office haul. When including the Toy Story and Toy Story 2 3D re-releases in 2009, the franchise's box office performance amounts to $3.044 billion. How much money will Lightyear make at the box office? Since only major franchises have managed to bring in a significant box office haul since the start of the pandemic, Lightyear can benefit from having the Toy Story name as a boost for its commercial performance. The spin-off is also debuting early in the 2022 summer movie box office season on June 17, which will catch many families at a point when school is letting out and they can use a familiar animated sci-fi blockbuster to kick off vacation. Lightyear is one of the few 2022 movies expected to make $1 billion at the box office, with lowball predictions even putting its box office earnings at about $700 million. Lightyear has perhaps received the most promotion of any 2022 animated movie so far, which suggests it's already on the minds of young families, Pixar animation fans, and those loyal to Toy Story as a beloved franchise. The Chris Evans-led movie also has very little competition at the box office for its opening weekend, which suggests its debut will be massively successful. Lightyear is the only major film being released on June 17, with its significant competition coming from second weekend viewings of Jurassic World Dominion's reportedly franchise-ending movie or the adult-oriented films Elvis and the Black Phone on June 24. However, these features shouldn't be enough to keep audiences away from seeing Lightyear during its opening weekend. As such, Lightyear is in a very comfortable position to reach its $1 billion box office estimates.